Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do another kiss. And I gotta get really close to him. Hi, we're Rodney and Kathy. We're here to do a series of videos on finances. Now, we're not experts. We haven't gone to college. Well, we have gone to college, but not for
money.
Not for financial things. So, but we're giving you the stuff that we found works in our lives, or we're hoping to work. And don't, if you have like issues with it, this is strictly from what we have learned in our family, rather than giving you certified help from somebody who is
We're by no
accountant.
means experts. So.
Well, yeah, that's true. Or we wouldn't be in the spot we're in trying to get out of it.
This is true. If we were experts, we'd be doing a lot better off. So, if this stuff doesn't work for you, don't blame us. Go see an expert.
Right. So anyway, we've been having talks lately, Rod and I, about how to save some money and how to lower our bills. And I said, man, this is pretty good stuff. We should probably do a video on it for ourselves, and maybe it can help somebody else out there. So Rod has done some work with his credit cards and has gotten some amazing results. And I said,
Yes.
I want to do the same thing. And so this is how it all got started.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and tell what you've done.
Okay, so what I've done, and my history was that I had pretty bad credit because of messes with the whole school loans thing, and not being able to pay them off for quite some time due to not getting the job that the school was promising I'd get as soon as I finished the degree, and also the degree taking way longer to finish than they originally said as well. So, anyways. I've got all these other bills that are and expenses not related to the school that kind of stacked up, and I was trying to pay them off. And then, like one day, kind of out of desperation because my car was broken, I had to take out a credit card, and because my credit was bad, I couldn't really get any of the good cards, but I found that PayPal is offering an option for this like MasterCard thing, although it was like 30% interest for the MasterCard plan, which was like, whoa.
But you had to get your car fixed.
And I had to get my car fixed, and they provided. It was a way to do it, And between that and a few other things that I had to get money fast for, I like racked up a couple $1,000 in, things. And I was like, this is not good, but, there's really not much else I can do about it. But fast forward a little bit, I decided I'd try to, because I noticed I started getting stuff in the mail for, these pre-approved credit card offers, which I had not gotten in a long time.
They don't give them to you if your credit's bad.
They don't, no. But I decided, well, I'm just going to actually try following up with one of these things, see what happens. Because, that's what they say in the package, you've been pre-approved, Although I've had more than a few occasions where they would say that, but then when you go to apply, it's like, oh yeah, you're not approved anymore. But my guess was because I did have the other card open for a while and I made a few payments on it, that gave them a better view of me.
You mean like regular payments?
Yeah.
When you're supposed to
Yep, I actually made a few on-time payments.
A few on-time payments.
Well, I only had the card for a couple months, so
Okay.
a few payments meant I paid every time. I only had the card for a few months, so a few payments means, I paid it every time. Even if I may have not have said it properly. That's what I meant.
So what attracted you to these new offers? Like I've got one here I haven't even opened.
Yeah.
We'll get
Well,
to
what attracted me to it is that, I opened it up, is I decided I'd open up and, look at all the fine print. Like, a lot of these, will say that there's, different rates and fees in the back of it. And I'm like, I'm just going to take a look through and see what I got. And they were promising a lot lower rate.
Oh, you said you had a 30%.
Yes.
And
And
what was their rate?
their rate was 20%.
Oh, that's
And-
a much better deal.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And they also were offering, an introductory period where you get even lower.
Do you have like a no interest period? in
That
that?
was the introductory.
Well, that's pretty much lower.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna take them up on this. And there was a thing in there where they do charge for balance transfers, even though the interest rate once the money's been transferred is the same. They do charge like 10% to actually do the transfer. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, jeepers. But then another thought came to my mind after I finally got approved for this card. Because I figured, it's going to be useful. 20% is better than 30%, no matter how you slice it.
Right.
So there's got to be some way to work this out. And then that's when the next idea hit me about how to avoid 10%.
Oh, you can avoid that's good. To avoid the transfer fee.
Yes, there's a way to avoid the transfer fee.
Well, this is important to know.
Yes, and so even if the other stuff doesn't help you out so much, this is a good way of doing it. It may not work all in one go, but it still would cut down your losses, I think, a lot more than doing a balance transfer well. So the idea is that on your monthly living, you're paying out large amounts of money to your rent, your car payment, your utilities, insurance, buying food, buying gas, electricity. Yeah, this is to name a few. All these expenses, and like most of these places take credit cards for payments. And so what you can do, instead of paying these guys off with cash, pay them off with the credit card, and then use the money you didn't pay on those bills to pay off the higher credit card. So that way the new credit card can't say anything because these are regular purchases. These aren't balance transfers. But it has the same end effect because now your high rate card gets paid off with the money that was freed up.
Mm-hmm.
And while you still end up with the same amount owed in the end, you avoided the balance transfer fee completely.
Now, did you get one of those cards that pay you when you purchase something?
Yes, that's another feature of this card that I really like. Is that yes, I get reward points for every purchase I make, and so since I made some rather big purchases for all these cost of living bills that I'd have to pay anyways, only now they're being seen as purchases, I'm starting to rack up a nice amount of points.
Well, that's pretty good. So he was telling me all this, and I thought, wow, good. Maybe you can help me because I was not doing so bad in the credit department until I got sick. And the illness managed to work its way from 1 year into the next. And so the bills and the insurance that you have to pay, like the out-of-pocket expense, was $4,000 1 year, $4,000 the next year, and then it was the surgery, the hospital stay, and I ended up racking up $11,000 worth of credit bills. That's a lot.
It is.
But I had no choice. It had to be done, and I didn't have that kind of money in my pocket. So now I'm 2 months past the surgery, and I'm looking like I got to get this paid down. I can't have this interest rate keep coming at me. It's good to have your health. I mean, you really can't put a price to it.
Yeah.
However,
if you're not healthy, nothing else matters, really.
yeah, life, it doesn't matter. So here we go. I have 3 credit cards. I had to open another. I had 2, and I was almost ready to close one completely down when this all happened, and I just didn't have a whole lot of credit going. And I had opened up a 3rd one just to keep the bills going. So I wrote down what all I owe, what the interest rate is, and what the limits on the cards are. Then I decided to take it another step so we could see what they say. So these are basically all come through Chase Bank because two of them are theirs and one is Capital One. But I understand Capital One goes through Chase anyway. So I've got 3 Chase cards. The first one says, if I pay the minimum amount, I will in 17 years have this paid off if I don't purchase anything else.
Mm.
And I'll pay a total of $10,144 of interest. If I pay $146 a month for 3 years, I'll pay it off too, but I'll pay $5,238.39 a year. So as I was going through this, I mean, each one has like massive amounts that they want to give you interest charges.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote down what I owe, and there's one that I owe under $1,000.
That's good.
Yeah, thank goodness there's for that. But when you start looking at the interest rates, and you and I had talked about paying the highest interest rate thing off first
Yes.
because it just makes common sense. to
Yeah,
do that.
because that's the one that's going to bleed money the fastest.
And so I do have a really high one, and it's for regular purchases. It's $24.
Twenty-
Interest rate 24.49,
Percent.
and if you take out money, which I don't think I did, it's 26.49. So that's a lot of interest.
Yes, that is.
And the next one is pretty much the same, and then that's my low pay one. And then I have one that gives me points, and it's no matter if you take it out as money or for purchases, it's 20.49. So
Mm.
that's the one I want to keep because that's the one that I mean, do want to bring it down, but the other two have to come down first. I hate the idea of keeping 3 credit cards. I've just got done working a bunch of overtime, double time, everything. So I have some money coming in, and I think I could pay the one low bill off maybe this month. But
Okay,
it would.
then you would
But
keep
when
that
you
too.
look at the interest rates, it's the medium one.
This is true. It is the medium one. But on the other hand, I mean, since there is not a big difference between this one and this one, I mean,
Right.
we're talking about
Wait,
0.09%.
yeah,
What I think would be better, since like you were saying, you could probably knock this one out
yeah.
right
just
away.
have 2 bills left.
Versus, which is, you're not gonna be able to knock out
No.
the other 2
No,
any chance. So that way, knock that one off since
Mm-hmm.
it's not significantly higher than the next one down,
right.
and
Then I have that much left
then
to pay every month.
then you have that much less to pay, and you have more to pay on the
Then
next highest one.
Right. So we were talking about that a little bit, and you came up with an idea that I think is if you know somebody really well, and I mean really well, and you can really trust them, you can do something like what we're going to be talking about doing. And I was like totally floored when he suggested it. I'm so grateful. But I mean, husbands and wives could do this. Somebody that you certainly trust. And if you really, even then you almost have to write out a contract because
because basically the other person, one person could potentially be screwed over big time like this.
Yes.
But if both parties do what the intent is and carry it out all the way, then it's better for everyone.
Right, we could bypass some more bank charges.
Yes.
And who doesn't want to sock it back to the bank who has been taking advantage of you right and left? So the idea is he's got that loan
I
or
got
that credit card,
that's still in an interest-free period.
and it's going to be interest-free for a year.
Yes.
So I'm going to take whatever's left. I'm going to pay the one bill off, I think.
Yes.
So then I'll have $9,000 yet. No, $10,000. I don't know if you can put it on your thing.
No, I don't have that much.
But whatever one I can do, I will make payments on my card. And when the year is done, we can see how much is left. Wait a minute.
Yeah, because you still have.
I would be
'cause-
paying it to you. Right. So let's say we took this one that
But
had a high.
the way that I envisioned it
Okay.
is that we'd be is that since I don't have to pay any more than minimums anyways.
Right.
Is once I get my chunk of it paid off, then
I would pay the
you
minimum.
pay minimums to for my card. Well, you're paying off your high rate one, and then
Well, I would have to put this. Okay, so here I owe $3,500. If I put that onto your credit card, I would pay the minimum, and obviously this bill would effectively go away on my credit card. So I would be paying the money into you.
yeah,
So
okay,
let's
I
say
see what
I
you're saying
paid.
now.
Let's say
Okay.
I tried to pay normally with a credit card without the interest. Let's say I made a payment of $150, but now $75 every month is added. It'd be effectively like making a $225 payment. So as we go through the year, we're going to keep scrupulous records because I'm not going to mess up my son's credit.
Yes.
So, let's say 75. Well, here, you said you had a formula for figuring interest rates.
Yes, I do. Because there was a formula online where the idea of the formulas that I found were actually for when you know what the interest rate is, how much you're being charged in interest. But because as algebra, you can take any as long as you know all but one number, you can move things around. And since in this instance, we do know how much we're being charged in interest, but not what the rate is, we can move the formula around and come to a conclusion that way.
Well, in this case, I don't know what it is. I know the interest rate and the amount due.
So I would have to get the other formula back up then, which I don't have with me.
Okay, well, would it be the amount times 0.2449?
I believe that it's the amount. I think it's the interest rate divided by the. Oh man, now I'm gonna.
We're not good at math.
Oh,
Forgive
I'm
me,
good at
you
math. I just have to have it all written down. I'm
Yeah.
not good at doing
He's
math
good
in my
at
head.
math. I'm not good at formulas or math.
So yeah, I'll have.
Well, we'll put that in the show notes.
Yeah,
probably
the
would make more
actual-
sense
the
rather
actual-
than us humming and hawing along. But effectively, instead of taking, here it says, okay, the one that I'm talking about, this is Slate. Okay, instead of taking, if I paid 146 times 3 years minus the interest, it's going to get paid, so I could probably get it paid in 1 year. And then hopefully some income tax, if I'm lucky, comes my way and I can, work on the other one. So I would have one credit card charging me interest,
Mhm.
and one I would be paying off without interest. And when the year's done, I see how much I still owe, take that money back out of his account into mine. But then at that point, hopefully my credit, which is average, will have gone up a bit, and I'll start getting better offers.
Yeah, because what's gonna happen is that now that you've got less debt out there and you've been paying off these cards steadily, you're gonna be more trustworthy.
Well, here comes one. It says, let's see, what's it? No fees ever. Oh, fees for like late fees?
Probably
I
late
know
fees, probably annual fees to keep the account open.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Okay, that is a personal loan as opposed to a credit card. But in your case, where you just need to pay off an amount, it could still work.
So it says from 14.99 to 24.99. Do they choose what they want to charge you? Because they're going to choose the highest one.
Well, not always, because the card I applied for also had a thing like that, because it was like between 16 and 25% was the offer that I applied for, and I ended up with 20. So
Okay.
you may not get the highest
So you
one.
can try it out, find out what you get, and if you don't like it, you don't have to accept it.
Exactly.
So back here in the back, it says sign up fees, zero prepayment fees,
Don't know what
zero
that-
late fees. Now, have you ever heard of zero late fees?
No, I haven't heard that.
Customized monthly payment. I have no idea what that is.
No, I don't get it.
Change your due date up to 3 times,
Okay.
and payment deferral feature. After making 12 or more consecutive monthly payments, you can defer one payment as long as you made all your prior payments in full and on time, and we will waive any interest incurred during the deferral. Well,
So, well, this is
I
not,
could probably put, the money that I owe on the second one, therefore, but it has, hopefully the interest would be, I have pretty good interest rate, well, there's no such thing as good interest rate. If I could get below what I owe, and I'm paying now, it would be
then
good.
you would, yeah, you'd be paying less on that.
Right,
And it might also be a good idea to hit up the internet and see what other
right.
cards you might.
Yeah, don't
Be
just
able to-
take the first one you get.
You shouldn't. But certainly keep it in mind because it is an interesting offer.
Right. And so anyway, you can get these bills down. I know I was talking to somebody today on my way to work. We were just walking down the hallway, and they said, "Well, I went shopping on Amazon, and darn, I forgot to use my Amazon gift card because I get 5% off using a card." I said, "Well, if you would have used a card that gives you 5% back, first of all, you used your Amazon, you got your 5% off, and then paid it with your credit card that gives you 5% back, and in the same month, make the payment from your regular bank account into there, you save 10% off the purchase. So there's so many different ways you can save, but these credit cards, they're so expensive, and I was hoping to be completely free of debt as that way anyway. This year until all this stuff happened, and I had no choice but to dive headlong into debt. And
Yeah, and that is always is a problem. There's the other thing that I was mentioning too about how now I'm actually using the one card that I signed up for as my main card that I'm putting all my regular purchases on.
mhm.
Not just the big things like the utility bill, whatever, but I mean like everything, like when I go out to eat or when I go to buy gas, like everything. And I don't use my bank card at all. But what that allows me to do then is
Oh, you were telling me about this. Is a
Yes.
big deal.
because what you can do now with things like this is you can switch to like annual plans, and you can safely sign up for these auto pay things because a lot of places will give you discounts if you do auto pay or if you pay like in an annual plan. In fact, I was just looking up for like auto insurance, with the Progressive, the price difference from the one plan I looked up between paying monthly and paying it all at once, $75.
A month?
Well, for the
A whole
for
thing,
the 5 months that
yeah,
that
but
would cover.
$75, that would be a good payment on one of these.
Yes. Also consider this though, because like you said, when I can write things down, I'm very good at math. So I wrote some more stuff down and did some calculations. You know how much in interest that they're charging you if you were to consider the monthly payments to the Progressive credit card would be?
What?
46%.
46%.
That's how much that.
Yee.
Yeah. So if you had actually charged that, so if you got to like with yours, since yours are like even your highest one is like 20.49%.
The highest is 24.
20. Okay, so 25%.
It would be almost double.
That actually, you would be paying less if you charged that one time fee to your credit card and then paid it off that way, it would actually cost you less money.
Because one of the things I was always afraid to do is, sometimes I take my bank card down to the very tiniest thing, and maybe some little thing will sneak in, and so if I'm planning on doing something like that, payments, all of a sudden if the money's not there, you're going to end up.
Oh yes, and that's another nice thing about credit cards, is that if the money's not there, they won't do this overdraft thing. They'll just flat out deny it. So then you're not charged for that. Plus, if you are in a spot where you're not having to, push up against your credit limit, then those things that sneak in only just up the amount. So you might have to pay a little extra interest that 1 month as opposed to other months, but that's only going to be probably a couple dollars versus $25 for everything that sneaks through.
Yeah. So even if you ended up paying, even if you paid $10 extra in interest because of that, you'd be still gaining $65.
You'd still be getting a lot of money, yeah.
So, well, especially with having free interest, But
yeah, and if you can get a card with free interest for a long time, then you're doing even better, because then you just have all that less to worry about.
So I'm looking at next year being able to have this first one, hopefully within this month, completely paid off.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, which is my worst one, to put in your account and make payments to you.
Mm-hmm.
And because I would pay more than the minimum, I'm trying to pay this little sucker off. And then the last one, which is actually the highest one with the lowest interest rate, I'll still make payments on it.
You still make payments on it, but you can focus less on that one for right now,
right?
And knock down the higher one,
right? And the one that I get the interest, the lower interest, I also get a little kickback. So it adds up if you start doing like you say, charge everything on there because the kickback is so good. So that mine actually translates dollar per point, I believe. Not a dollar, maybe 100 points, maybe it's a penny, I don't know. But anyway, I've already racked up some good points on there too. And is pay yourself is any way you possibly can to get these down, free up your money. Get a savings account in case something terrible happens, like you get need new tires or whatever. You have that money now to pay. You haven't paid it off to somebody who's going to take a trip to Europe on it. Like your doctor. My doctor had $8,000 extra for me, let alone with insurance paid. He could have taken 3 trips to Europe. Probably has. So anyway, this is the deal, and I think it's a great plan.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciate you doing this, and we will keep good records. I'm looking forward to being debt free by once I get my tax returns. I do get tax return. I possibly in 1 year could be debt free again, still, even owing the amount that I owe now, which is really amazing. I don't make that much, and
so this is just how we're gonna free up our money.
And I figure maybe 1 extra day a month or 2 extra days of another extra day of overtime, and take that money that I have and strictly throw it into a credit card. I mean, there are times, and I've watched like Dave Ramsey and his stuff. Some of this sounds like it, but if you say I'm going to take this year and I am going to just really dedicate it to paying off this bill and these things, that amounts to freedom for you. And right now you're enslaved to these banks. And when you find freedom from all this interest and all this debt that hangs on you, I can't wait to feel that freedom.
I know the feeling.
So
yes, and so it's going to be great, because it's certainly the amount of money I've been owed just has totally.
Yeah, you said you only owe $1,000 now.
Not even $1,000. I only owe like $750.
Wow. Okay, but you do make more than me.
Yeah, this is true.
And you've got a huge promotion coming up, which do you want to tell them about it?
Well, yes, because there's a very good chance that I'm going to be getting an analyst 2 position at my work.
And so I mean, I think it's good as a family to sit down and work this out, and a little information can bring it down a lot faster. Say you're
Oh, yeah.
saving for a house or a new car, or if you know this is going to increase your credit rating too.
Oh yeah.
Once they see these bills are falling off like crazy, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, you know." So you want to get a car. That's all with your credit rating. So if you have poor credit rating, you initially you're going to pay more from the get go. If you're poor,
they're
you
gonna
get poorer.
and they're gonna give you a lot more hassles about it. They're gonna, you're gonna get worse rates.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you got a higher credit score, they're gonna be a lot more eager to
Do business with you.
Yes.
You know, and that would be nice. And I'm looking forward to seeing differences. Because in about a year to 2 years, I'm going to want a different car. My car is not new by any chance. And it would
I
be
know
nice
what
to
you
have
mean.
something, you know, that I know it's going to be reliable in the future and to have lower payments. This is the first step.
This is definitely the first step in that.
And we're going to bring up other things that we've talked about on lowering other bills and how to start bringing all your income into your own warehouse, so to speak, rather than somebody else's pocket. And I think, well, we had done some, and I wanted to do a little bit more on car insurance. And he had
Mhm.
already brought my car insurance down by about $30 a month. And I know it can go down further, but I was a little scared about it. And so I'd like to do a thing on car insurance too.
Yeah. What we can do is, do a lot more research into what all those various options they have in there actually do.
Oh yeah. Well, every
Because-
state needs different things, and so I mean, you really kind of have to go.
Well, yeah, we
what
would have
does my
to.
state require?
Yeah, this would be for the state of Florida is what
Yeah.
we'll be working on. But
But you can take a clue from
yeah,
it.
I mean, if you're not in Florida, you can still kind of get some general ideas from what we're
How
talking
we're doing it and what we're doing and why we're
Yeah.
doing what we're doing.
Yeah, and I mean, if you are watching us from Florida, then you
Good luck.
good luck.
Okay, well, I
But-
think this is probably good enough for today.
All right.
We covered some really good stuff.
I
So
think so.
thanks for watching. I
Yes.
hope that you subscribe. And we do have Patreon if you do want to help us out, pay our bills down a little bit farther. No, actually, we wouldn't use it for that. We would use it for equipment.
Yeah, for equipment to spend more time, so we can spend more time researching these things.
Right.
Because I mean, the more we get in from sources like Patreon, the more time we can spend working on these videos
Right.
and coming up with the good content for you guys.
And hopefully we'll save you money too, and that you'll enjoy seeing what you see. And because we have other videos that we do too. We do nursing videos. We're doing one right now on how to find a good nursing home. There's so much out there saying what's wrong, and there's a lot wrong in nursing homes, believe me. But when you put somebody in there, you just really want to know that you have a place that's good, and there are good places, amazingly enough. And we kind of have a formula to help you get to that spot easier and quicker and understanding all the background stuff. So hopefully you can stay tuned and watch that or some of our family videos where we just do family stuff.
We do a lot of fun family.
Yeah, we do. And our drone videos, we're learning to fly a drone.
Yep.
Which is very interesting.
Yes, we've got a nice Phantom drone that we've taken out and learning how to fly.
Right, and I'm getting my FFA license.
Yep.
Is in order to fly it and get paid for it, which I plan on looking at people's roofs and stuff. You have to have a real pilot's license.
Well, I don't think you have to have a full pilot's license, but you do have to have.
You have to pass their test.
You do have to
You
have
don't have
a
to
license.
have the hours. No, it is a real pilot's license. That's what I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what the
Well,
statute
okay. At
says.
least the last I looked at it, it is a test
It's a
administered
hard
by
one
the
anyway.
same place, and it has most of the stuff.
Yeah,
that-
I mean, there probably be some things, and you don't have to have logged the hours of the pilot because we're
Yeah.
not actually flying
Yeah,
the
it's
plane.
not quite as difficult as a full-on pilot's license, but there is a lot of
There's
stuff
a lot of
that
content.
carries over.
A lot of content that's very interesting. So anyway, we're doing a lot of stuff, and I hope that you watch some of our other videos. We're called A Cute Cat and His 3 Humans.
Yep.
So make sure that you watch. We'll put all the information down in the notes,
Mhm.
and hopefully you'll be able to take a look at that. Subscribe is a good thing. It helps us. And leave a comment whether you think that there's something more that you could add into this that other people could use. You know, maybe you say, well, I don't agree with this. This would help better, or let's try this as well. This has worked. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like to hear your
Yes.
comments, and it's going to be up there for everybody to read. So we thank you very much. Have
Thank
a
you.
great day. Bye bye.
Have a good day.